Have you ever been in a situation where you looked back and you ask yourself, why was I worrying myself, full of doubt, anxiety, and imposter syndrome? Well, today I'm going to share with you the 5 things I wish I knew before I started my journey as a project manager. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tess Rumbi and I'm a career coach. I help individuals who are looking to transition their career into high-paid jobs using their existing skills, or even if they've got zero experience. So, number 1 tip that I now wish I knew before I started my journey as a project manager was to prepare and prepare. And you can never be fully prepared enough for a meeting as a project manager. You need to plan the agenda. You need to know exactly what the outcome you are wanting to achieve from that meeting. You need to have engaged with your key stakeholders, the influencers of that decision that needs to be made. You need to have got their buy-in in order for your meeting to go as swiftly as possible. So this is as simple as sending them a prompt via Teams, sending them a prompt via email to prompt them on what it is that you're wanting to achieve, what the agenda of the meeting is. Always make sure that your stakeholders, your meeting attendees are prepared. They are aware of what it is that you're wanting to discuss, what it is that you may wanting to get as an outcome. You can never be prepared enough for a meeting, okay? Number 2 is, I wish I knew my stakeholders' preference of communication. This is a key important element that I wish I knew, because I just thought when I started my journey as a project manager, I thought email would be enough to communicate whatever it is that I needed to communicate, whether to get a decision, whether to get people to pay attention to the communication that I wanted to communicate. Actually, you need to spend time getting to know your stakeholders. You need to understand what is their communication preference. You need to understand whether do they prefer having a brief summary of what it is that you're wanting to communicate. Do they want to have status reports every week, every fortnight, or every month? These are the things that you need to spend time getting to know your team, getting to know your stakeholders, so that you can then communicate with them in a much more effective and efficient way. Because otherwise, you spend a lot of time sending emails that are not even landing, emails that are not being read. So you need to make sure that you have understood the preferred communication style of your stakeholders, because if you don't, you may be spending a lot of your effort in communication that is not landing, and then you don't get the right responses that you're wanting. You don't get the right decisions being made on time. This will save you a lot of frustration along the project that you are delivering on the things that you want key decisions to be made. So it's important for you to understand your stakeholders' communication preference, their communication style, how you get your decisions made in a much more quicker and effective way, okay? Tip number 3 is, I wish I knew that in project management, every problem has got a solution. You cannot have a problem that hasn't got a solution. Or if it doesn't have a solution, there has to be a mitigation plan. You have to be able to talk to your stakeholders, to your SMEs, which is the subject matter experts, who will help you to understand how this problem can be resolved. So don't try to go about solving situations, solving problems on your own. You always have to reach out to your stakeholders, reach out to your SMEs. They will always help you to find out a solution of what it is that you're wanting to be resolved. Number 4 is, don't pretend that you know. I wish I knew this when I started my career in project management, because I thought I needed to have an answer to everything. I needed to know everything. No, not everybody is expected to know everything. There is so many different places that you can find answers, that you can find information about a particular topic that's being discussed. Also, the purpose of your stakeholders on your project, of your SMEs on your project is to help you what the product is being delivered, what it is that needs to be done. So your job is to ask as many questions, be curious, be intriguing in terms of what it is that the team are building, so that you can build a better picture of what the issues are, what the problems are, and how they can be resolved. There is no much damaging thing for you as a professional to try to pretend that you know, because if you don't know, people will know that you don't know. So it's important for you to be very authentic, to be very honest when you've got a bit of a knowledge gap, to ask and say, actually, can you educate me more on this topic so that I can be able to help and deliver this project in a much more efficient way. Number 5 is that I wish I knew that in project management, you have to be flexible. You can't just be rigid and follow a rigid plan on how to deliver a project. You have to understand the needs of your team. You have to understand how they work. You have to understand how they function, their individuality. You have to be able to adapt to how others work, because not always you need to follow a defined plan. You can be flexible in your delivery. You can allow your team to be flexible as long as you get to deliver quality and valuable products. You need to be understanding how individuals in your team functions, how they get to be motivated. So it's important for you to understand that in project management, you need to be as flexible as possible to be able to bring the best out of people. So those are my 5 key things that I wish I knew. I'll be able to share a lot more with you in the future, but as a newbie project manager, those are the 5 key things that I wish I knew. Thank you for staying tuned, and I hope to see you again. Also, check out our YouTube channel where I've got a number of videos that will help you in your journey into project management. Thank you for staying, and I'll see you soon. Take care.